Okay, I'm back. I just put the chicken in the oven, so it is 1:05 now. Yeah, that took like, what, 5 minutes to put that together. Chopped up my almonds, mixed it in with the paprika. I did that while it was on pause. So we'll just put these in here. And I have read to to keep your nuts fresher, to store them in the freezer or the refrigerator. So that's what I do. I just keep this in the freezer, and then it's so easy. It's sprinkled on and it's done. Let me grab a spatula real quick. And we'll get all that in there. So we have about 20 minutes now. So if you're actually making this meal while you're eating, like for dinner tonight, go ahead and decide if you want some fresh veggies, if you're going to want to steam those up. I'm a huge fan of frozen peas. It's actually one of my favorite things to eat, and they're so easy because they just take a few minutes to boil some water, pop them in, and then you have a nice green peas ready to eat. Yeah, any kind of vegetables, salads, any of that stuff, and that's easy to do. And if you chop up all your veggies beforehand, as soon as you get them, and then it really is a matter of just sort of tossing them in a bowl, and you're good to go. So this goes back in the freezer, and this goes away. So I'm gonna start on the chicken tacos. Actually, tell a lie. We'll start on get some oatmeal going as well. Okay. What do I want to do? This would have been easier if I had actually done the other meal that I originally planned on making, because I've done that so many times. So this is just sort of a, we're making it up as we go along. I hope you don't mind. Okay, so with this one, what I want to do, hopefully you can see me okay. That light's not too bright. So I just bought a packet of taco seasoning. Now, I know that this probably isn't the best because there's going to be sodium in it. It says that there's maize flour, corn flour, salt, sugar, paprika, onion powder, cumin, chili powder, natural flavors, garlic powder, oregano, food acid, anti-caking agent, and spice extract. So a couple of those things, I don't exactly know what they are. I could make my own taco seasoning, but we're trying to go for ease and for something that you're actually going to do. So if you have a taco seasoning that you like to make yourself, go for it. Do that for sure. And I've actually have never made just the little chicken tacos, so this is going to be a first for me. But might as well get 2 meals done at the same time. If you are just cooking one meal, you just have 20 minutes to throw it in. I mean, you can do something else. It's not like you have to hang out in the kitchen the entire time watching things boil. Chop my finger off. And again, these can be made with chicken breasts also. You can also buy pre-chopped up chicken if you want to save some more time. That's going to cost you some more money, so it's going to be a trade-off. Time for money for sure. A couple more of those. Super exciting. But see, this way you can do this along with me. I love how in the cooking shows they always have like, oh, and here's my chopped up chicken that I already have. And it's like, well, how do I know how long this actually takes? To make it sound so easy, I don't already have chopped up chicken waiting for me. So, get rid of some of that fat off of there too. Yuck. Yuck, yuck. I think it's funny when people are like, what do you do with the egg whites after you make an egg white omelet? And I'm like, well, what do you do with the chicken fat after you make trim down your chicken? You get rid of it, right? That being said, we have been buying the free-range eggs now, and I have no problem with eating the yolks from a free-range egg. They're free-range. They're eating all the good stuff that they're supposed to be eating, insects and bugs and kitchen scraps and things like that that they get, and I know that their yolks actually do offer good, healthy omega-3s. So the free-range eggs, you're going to get a lot more of that than you are from any cage-raised eggs. So definitely go with the free range. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but you're also getting so much more out of it. Chickens are happier. They get to be real chickens. So, alright, so that's all chopped up. I also have a can of beans here as well. I'll show you what I'm going to do with those. This is going to make your budget go a little bit further. It's funny, you know Pam, the cooking spray, their non-name brand, I guess, is actually called Pam. So, spray it down with a little bit of Pam, just so my chicken doesn't stick. Oh, and also, now, okay, yes, you're supposed to wash your knife before chopping up other vegetables, but you know what, I'm just going to throw this onion in, cook it up, and then throw raw chicken on it. So, that's why I didn't wash my knife this time, but you should wash it the other times, especially if you're going to be eating those vegetables raw. So I like to throw in a little bit of onion in the mix. It's a nice way to get a little bit of a vegetable in there. I'm not very good. I'm not good at the whole chopping thing because I'm just a real person who hasn't been cooking all that long, actually. But I do love it. I love to cook. I love making a mess in the kitchen, as you'll soon see. I have no dishwasher, so I have to clean it all up. Alright, so let's move this out of the way. We'll get to that oatmeal here in a minute, and hopefully you can still see me. Alright. I can smell that chicken already. It smells so good. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, so we'll let this go. Saute these onions just a little bit and get them a little bit softer. Just a nice way to add in some more veggies. Once you add in all the sauce and all the other goodies, you hardly even notice that they're there. Good for you. I can't wait to make that meatloaf. It's really good. So easy. But the recipe, they are on my Get Fit with Mandy on my Facebook page, so you can look for it there. And while this is working, since I'm standing right here at the stove, might as well get something else going as well. This takes so short to make. So what I'm going to do is the couscous. And if you haven't tried couscous, it's one of the easiest little grains that you can add on because it takes like 5 minutes to make, plus you boil some water up. So, my cup. The directions on the packet call for a cup of water. And I think 2 tablespoons of oil. And I don't always, I'm not really a big measurer. So if it was just me, I probably would have just thrown a little bit of oil in. It looks like about a tablespoon of oil. Maybe I should measure. Not very good with eyeballing it. 1 olive oil done. This is actually grapeseed oil that I have. It's a neutral oil. There we go. Just learned about it recently, so been playing around with that. Okay, so I'm going to bring this water to a boil. That won't take long. It's just a cup of water. And I'm going to add the packet of couscous to it. And I think this one is actually already spiced up a little bit, so that's easy. Couscous is a piece of cake to add in carrots, peppers, mushrooms. I actually have some mushrooms. I should throw those in there as well. The onions are working on it. We'll throw the chicken in. No more raw chicken. Okay, now that I'm done cutting up the chicken, I know I'll go ahead and wash that knife off real well. Alright, so the water for the couscous is already boiling. That didn't take too long. And so the directions actually just say you pour it in, and that's about it. Bring it back to a boil, stirring occasionally. So, there you go, piece of cake. Look at that, done. One other thing you're going to want to make sure you have on hand is some containers, because you're going to need to put all this stuff in a container after it's all done cooking. Oh. Now remember, I just lightly sprayed this pan. Turn that heat down a little bit. I'm going to be standing in the kitchen. I might as well be making up as much stuff as I possibly can. Alright, so that is boiling. And the instructions say to remove it from the heat and cover it. That one doesn't have a cover, so I get to use a little hand plate for it. There we go. And it says to leave for 5 minutes. So it's 1:15 now. I've been in the kitchen for 15 minutes, and I practically have like all kinds of stuff good to go. So in 5 minutes I'll check the couscous and fluff it up. So I'm going to hit pause again so that these load easier, and I'll get back to you when we're cooking some more chicken.